Um, I was looking for a bakery in this city frantically, but there really isn't many. I don't know. I'm surprised. But I found one. The stuff didn't look too good, and an espresso, because I'm an addict. I got to Nantes. No, this isn't Nantes. This is Nîmes. Bus rides were fine. Didn't sleep much at all, but like, I don't know, I like rested my head a little bit. The bus was good on the way down to Lyon. Honestly, the bus driver from Lyon to Nîmes was kind of an asshole. Like, I was about to put my bag in the bus and he was like, whoa, like he made this big scene and he was like, you need to sign your thing or whatever, but he couldn't even speak French or English. Like, he only spoke Spanish because it's going to Madrid. Which I feel like you should have like some ability to speak some other language, considering we are in France. And then I was like trying to get my water out of my bag and he like closed the thing that opens and closes to like put the bags in. I was like trying to put my stuff back in my bag and he was like, get out of the way. And I was like, bruh. And then we got to Nîmes and he dropped everyone off at Nîmes and he left like 10 minutes before the bus was even supposed to be there. So if people came any late, like, they're just screwed. I just think it's so crazy how I'm just like in Nîmes right now. Why am I in Nîmes? Why am I not like at home? I don't know if I like it. Also, why the hell is the Nîmes bus station like a 30-minute walk from the center? Well, I've reached the town center and I'm really tired from carrying my backpack, but I'm on my way to the best preserved Roman building in the world. And I stopped off at the grocery store and I got these chips, and they're called frites, which I'm assuming they're from Bretagne. And I really wanted to try them for a long time. And these ones are blue cheese flavored, and they're pretty fire, honestly. I just ate like half the bag standing here. But I don't know, I was reading the ingredients and I mean, these only have 5 ingredients and they're all totally reasonable ingredients, besides the fact that they're like fried in oil. But like, what's even the point of like putting the extra ingredients if you can make stuff that's like so good anyway? I'm currently at a central market and it's awesome here because everything is like origin of France and so fresh and organic, and I'm just in heaven. And this is why I have to open a grocery store, because it's just my favorite thing and I just want to stay here and exist for a long time. But I can't buy anything today because I just had lunch and I think I'm gonna sit down and have an orangina somewhere and people watch, and then I'm not having dinner till like later tonight, so hopefully they have something like this in Arles, or I can come back here and eat all the food when I come back. These are the most beautiful raspberries I've ever seen in my life. If you're ever in Nîmes, the food court here is fire. This building is crazy. And look how there's just people like hanging off it. And it's like the best kept building of the Roman Empire. That's kind of awesome. So I haven't done the most touristy things today, although, I mean, I guess I have just been walking around and like getting SIM cards and finding out bus routes, which is like the most touristy thing ever. But I have just been having a hell of a time, number one with my SIM card, and also with figuring out how I'm gonna get to Arles. But now I have it all figured out except for my SIM card, because I went to like the company that sells the SIM cards and I was like, hey, can you help me recharge my SIM card? And he was like, no, we only do like eSIMs. And I was like, oh shit, okay. That's the gist of it. Also, I bought my mandatory baguette, which I have tucked into my backpack because this bakery said that it had the #1 baguette of France, which I don't understand. I hadn't heard of it before. And I was like, oh, they're probably lying, but like, we'll give it a try. But I feel like there must be someone whose job is specifically like tearing down signs on bakeries that say they're the #1 baguette, because France takes that kind of stuff really seriously. So for dinner tonight, I was thinking I'd have a sardine sandwich because I wanted to try out one of my new cans of sardines because I gotta start lightening up. But I didn't know what goes with sardines other than bread, and I got some arugula in here. And I basically got like 10 pieces of arugula. Like, this weighs nothing, but it's by the weight. So I basically bought a couple leaves and a 70-cent, no, well, I think it was 40 euro cents, I don't know. So that's like about like 60 cents Canadian on like 4 leaves of arugula. Efficiency. I am feeling kind of lonely. Okay, my hip hurts. It's time to go back to the hostel and go to bed. You know, when we had a plot at the community garden and people would steal our produce, I'd get like pissed. But whenever I see a plum tree or like a cherry tree or something of the sort, I just can't help myself. They're so good. I got up today at 7 and I went downstairs and had breakfast. I had coffee and I had some yogurt with granola. I don't know why the hell I did that, because all I wanted was a pain au chocolat or a croissant, but it's fine. And then I spent like 2.5 hours on the line trying to figure out my SIM card thing, and I finally got it. So I have like 200 gigabytes of data, which I don't think I've ever used 200 gigabytes of data, because it's a lot. But I guess I don't have to worry about that for the next a while. Vincent Van Gogh Cafe. These are sardines with Bruce, which is a type of Italian, what's it called, sheep cheese. I went to a thrift store just now and I bought a pair of €5 pants, which I'm ecstatic about because they fit really well and they're Armani, which I've never owned something that's like quote unquote designer. I think Armani is designer. And then I'm just walking around. I went in this little grocery store and they had these sardines that I would really like to try. But I already have like 10 tins of sardines in my bag, so I don't know if I'm going to be able to make that happen. But we'll see. I'm just going to keep walking around for the rest of the day, and then if I feel like it later on, I'm going to go to the beach town. But I don't know. Another church. I'm at the Van Gogh mental hospital where he lived before he, I think, cut his ear off and died, or like something of the sort. And it's pretty cool. It's pretty old. There's a nice fountain in the middle and like some gardens and such. And now I'm gonna go for a walk. I didn't film very much much yesterday in Arles, not because I was super busy, but well, actually no, I was really busy. I was planning like my next couple days, and I decided I'm just gonna go straight to the vineyard. I was gonna maybe go to Avignon, but I don't know, I was a little bit worried. I don't know. It's similar to Arles, I think. And I sort of, I don't know, I like being in cities and it's nice, but, or towns, but I like being in the country as well. Also, it was like it's super hard to get anywhere around here on the weekends. So I'm doing BlaBlaCar rideshare and they keep canceling on me. But I hope that this one doesn't cancel on me that I have booked currently, because I'm catching a bus from Nimes at 1:30. So that would be pretty freaky if it cancels on me. I'm back on the road again today. I'm feeling very traveler because I am kind of freaking out because I have a bus to catch in Nimes at 1:30 and I have no way to get to Nimes as of yet. I booked a BlaBlaCar rideshare thing, but she hasn't responded. So I'm either gonna have to hitchhike or I'm gonna go to the tourism office right now and ask if they know anything I could do. I'm kind of freaking out though. I'm wearing my new pants, which I love, so that's really exciting. That's really keeping me going. And then I'm going to the Arles Farmers Market today because apparently it's supposed to be awesome. But I don't have that long to be there because I have to somehow get to Nimes. So maybe I should focus on that more. I'm not sure. Ah. Pas pris un vidéo. There is too much good food here. It's crazy. I bought like so much fruit. This is where Van Gogh did one of his paintings. I don't know what it's called, but like this is the vista. We just stopped off at a rest stop on the way from Marseille to Nice, and it's 36 degrees out. I was just in the rest stop and this woman comes out of the bathroom with this guy and she's like, "Tu pourrais lui gérer?" And I was like, what does that mean? I was talking in French, but I like don't know what gérer means. And I think he was having like an asthma attack or something like that, and I think she wanted me to like hold on to him. I didn't really know, but he was like, "No, it's fine." And I said, it's fine. I was like, well, and then I just stood there awkwardly and like stood by him while everyone just looked at us, and then she eventually came and I didn't say anything else to her, but it was chill. There's like smog here. I don't know if it's smog or what it is, but I can't see very far. There was this like cleaning lady just coming out of the bathroom, like right while I was going in, and she was spraying this like minty disinfectant stuff, and all of a sudden like everyone starts coughing and she keeps spraying it. It's literally like pepper spray vibes, and I'm like coughing my guts out. Everyone's coughing their guts out. I think that's actually what triggered this old guy's asthma. I don't understand how she didn't get the point, but the whole place was coughing their guts out. It was actually hilarious.